Gregg Murray here for the Caveman Politics blog at Psychology Today. Today we're talking about hungry games, how hunger affects your politics. Did you know that according to the Calorie Control Council, the average holiday dinner consists of 3,000 calories? And most of us will consume another 1,500 calories in chips and dips and drinks before and after the main meal. Together, this is more than twice our average daily intake of calories. So I'm not surprised that I'm still stuffed from Thanksgiving dinner. Turkey, dressing, cranberry sauce, the best kind, of course, from a can, green bean casserole, pumpkin pie. I am so very fortunate. If I did not consume more than my fair share of holiday calories, it certainly was not for lack of effort on my part. Given my stuffed state, I'm pretty sure that interesting research by my political psychology colleagues at Aarhus University and Oxford University probably doesn't apply to me right now. These researchers are interested in evolutionary and biological factors, in this case hunger, and how they affect people's attitudes towards social welfare policies. You see, evolutionary theory suggests that people are motivated to act in ways that increase their probability of survival in order to pass more of their genes into the population through reproduction. Now, it does not take a Nobel Prize in biology to understand that there are few things more important to survival than having enough to eat. Anthropological evidence suggests that hunger was common in human evolutionary history and that humans and non-human animals shared food, even with non-kin, in order to overcome food shortages. Given this long record of food sharing, these scientists speculated that a psychological mechanism for peaceful food sharing evolved in order to reduce the probability that people will take food from other members of their group using force or violence. Given this evolutionary perspective, these scientists formally hypothesized that people who are hungry would be more likely to support social welfare policies than their non-hungry counterparts. That is, they would be more likely to send signals about the importance of sharing resources. So a couple of members of their team tested this idea with an experiment in which subjects fasted for 4 hours in order to lower their blood glucose levels to induce energy-depleted hunger. After that, half the subjects drank a sweetened drink, a Sprite in this case, in order to raise their blood glucose above depleted levels, and the other half drank an unsweetened drink, Sprite Zero, in order to keep their blood levels at depleted levels. Then the scientists asked the subjects a series of questions about their support for social welfare policies, and they had them play an economic game in which they had the opportunity to actually share a resource, in this case a financial resource of $350, with other subjects. So what did they find? Well, as they suspected based on their evolutionary expectations, they found that the hungry subjects were indeed more likely to support the social welfare policies. That is, they were more likely to send signals about the importance of sharing than their satiated opposites. On the other hand, they found that the hungry subjects, despite being more likely to say that sharing is important, were actually no more likely to share the financial resources than their satiated opposites. This means that people will send signals to try to trigger sharing in others, even though, in the end, they'll hoard important resources for themselves. Put otherwise, as these researchers concluded, talk is cheap. Now, this is really interesting research about the political attitudes and behaviors of people who are hungry. It shows how powerful the effect of hunger can be, even though the physical state caused by the experiment did not even begin to capture the distress experienced by people who don't have enough food. Thinking about this research reminds me of how very fortunate I am not to be hungry. I hope you too find yourself in a position of abundance. If you are in a position to help others who are needy, here are a few highly ranked charities that help people who struggle to find enough to eat. Thank you for your interest in Caveman Politics. This is Gregg Murray, and I'll see you next time at Psychology Today.